New Jersey native named Lopez arrived in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2001. He's been homeless for 6 months now. One day he came across Sin City and saw a big line outside Foot Locker. He wondered what the whole fuss was about, like why is there a big line for? So what he did was he went in line and asked the guys why they were in line for. He slowly started getting an understanding of the whole shoe economics and how it works, and he found out that they were there for a shoe release that they wanted to get. They wanted to pay retail for it and not resale, because sometimes that could be pretty high. This was Thursday night. The shoe was supposed to release Saturday morning. Hey guys, my name is Christian Arredondo, and everywhere I go, from the grocery store to the park to my neighbors, they all have Jordans, all of them. And I never knew what the big deal was until I got a pair for myself, and let me tell you, it was very much worth my money. I've been doing research on the Air Jordan 1 for quite about a good couple weeks now, and there's a lot of new things I learned. My goal is to inform you guys about the Air Jordan 1. First, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the background on Jordan, then how the Air Jordan 1 was introduced, and lastly, the impact it has made on people. Let's get it started. The first topic is the background of Jordan. In the 1980s, Nike was known as a shoe running company, but it started slowly dying over the years. Nike needed a new way to reinvent themselves, so they went into the NBA and saw the rookie Michael Jordan. In the 2014 article called The Air Jordan Brand History, a very, very well-known website to learn about the history of different types of Jordans, stated that Jordan didn't even want to go with Nike at the beginning. He wanted to go with either Adidas or Converse, because those were the shoes he used to wear when he used to play college. But they weren't interested in him. The companies already had basketball players in the company, so they weren't interested in another one. Jordan was kind of bummed out, but Jordan's manager convinced them to sign with Nike because they were going to set a whole brand new set of shoes after his name. Now that I told you a little bit of the background of Jordan, let's look at the introduction and how the Air Jordan 1 was introduced. In the 2020 article called The History of Michael Jordan's Banned Sneakers by Complex, a very well-known company in the shoe industry, states that every time Jordan wore the Air Jordan 1, he was fined $5,000 during the debut in 1984 because the color broke league's uniform rules. The league also wrote a letter to Nike explaining that the red and black shoe was prohibited. Nike was gladly and happy enough to pay for the fees as long as Jordan had the shoes in his feet and all the people saw what he was wearing on his feet. As soon as word got out that the NBA was mad and wasn't happy about the shoes that Jordan was wearing, that's when Nike started hitting the advertisements and started putting out ads and commercials to spread out the word. As soon as that happened, a good amount of people knew what the Air Jordan 1 was about. Now that I have explained to you the introduction of the Air Jordan 1, now let's look at how it impacted many people. To start off, it has made people lots and lots and lots of money. In the 2019 article called Buy Low Tops, Sell High Tops, StockX Sneaker Exchange Worth $1 billion by Aaron Griffith, a writer for the New York Times, states that Nike teased the resale market last November of a pair of Jordans worth $160 that bore a message on the tongue that said, "Wear me." The toe box said, "Crease me," and the midsole said, "Not for resale." Later on StockX, that shoe was worth $1,000. Many of you might state that, oh, it was fake. Why would a shoe cost that much? Why would people spend that much? It was real, it was true, and people still to this day spend $1,000 on the shoe. I know so because I'm a Jordan 1 fan. As you can see, I have many different types of Jordan 1s. Here's one of them. Here's another pair I have, and here's another pair I have. I used to have way more, but I say I buy Jordans and I sell them to make profit. I made money myself. My very first pair I bought was a pair of Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott's. They did a collaboration with Travis Scott, a well-known hip-hop artist, and that shoe came out for $160. He was a really good artist, well-known all over the world, so the shoe price skyrocketed up. I sold the pair for $1,200 and made a good amount of profit. With that money, I bought all these shoes, and I got more. But I sold them. I'm reinvesting into more shoes so I can make more money. A lot of you guys might say, oh, just get multiple pairs of it and just you could probably make a living off that. I could do that, but it's hard. Nike only releases like a limited supply of shoes. And sometimes it's pretty hard to get. You gotta win raffles or you gotta get lucky, and if you're in line and they choose you to buy the shoes, then yeah, but sometimes it's very difficult. But the more difficult it is, the more the shoe is worth and the more money you can make. Sometimes it depends on the colorway too, like these purple ones and these green ones. These green ones are worth more than these purple ones just because of the color and because these are an older model than these. These are brand new. I haven't even laced them or wore them. These are an older model. I got both of these shoes for $160. Now, this one's worth brand new $450. And I can still sell it used and make a good amount. I could sell this for $300 and people will buy it right away. This shoe, right now, brand new, is worth $350. Right now, I can make a good amount of money just selling these shoes alone, but I decided to keep it because I personally like them. Now that I explained to you how it impacted many people's life, here comes the conclusion. Nowadays, sneakers aren't just for wearing, they're an asset of class, on display at museums and fueling and increasingly profitable resale markets. Much of that tracks back to Nike putting a rookie's name on a pair of sneakers in 1985. My goal in this speech was to inform you all as much as possible about the Air Jordan 1. I have discussed the background of Jordan, secondly, how the Air Jordan 1 was introduced, and lastly, how it impacted many people. Now remember this, next time you go to the mall or hang out with friends or something, you see a pair of Air Jordan 1s, do some research on them because you never know. They might be worth a lot of money and you can make a